Time stands still for no one. Right this moment, somewhere in the world, someone just like you is making a decision that will forever change their life. Just as the sun rises each morning, bringing light to darkness, washing away the shadows of night, you too stand at the edge of your own dawn. You're here because something inside you knows there's more to achieve, more to become, more to give. I've watched countless sunrises in my lifetime, and each one tells the same story. Those first rays of light don't hesitate. They don't make excuses. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They push through darkness with unwavering determination, painting the sky in brilliant colors, transforming the entire world around them. Nature itself teaches us this profound truth. Transformation isn't gentle. It's bold. It's decisive. It's unstoppable. Think about this moment right now as your personal sunrise. The darkness of doubt, fear, and hesitation is about to meet the unstoppable force of your determination. You see, transformation doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't come with a manual or a guarantee. It comes with a price tag: sacrifice, discipline, unwavering commitment to your dreams. You're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to comfort, to the familiar, to what I call the good enough life. The other path, it leads to excellence, to achievement, to becoming the person you were meant to be. The choice isn't whether you can do it. The question is, will you? Will you pay the price? Will you make the sacrifices? Will you maintain the discipline? The world doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards action. It rewards those who dare to step away from the crowd, to rise above the ordinary, to become extraordinary. Your time of watching from the sidelines is over. Your moment of transformation begins now. Let me share with you what I've learned about the true price of success, about the power of sacrifice, and about the iron discipline it takes to turn dreams into reality. I've spent decades studying success, watching people transform their lives from mediocre to magnificent. And I've noticed something fascinating. The size of your success directly matches the size of your dream. But here's the truth that most won't tell you. Big dreams come with big price tags. They demand payment in full, and they only accept one currency. Look around you. Notice how most people live their lives on autopilot, drifting through each day, letting time slip away like sand through their fingers. They watch television for hours, scroll endlessly on their phones, complain about their circumstances, yet do nothing to change them. Why do they settle? Because settling is comfortable. Because dreaming big means risking failure. Because staying ordinary means staying safe. But you're different. I know you are, or you wouldn't be here right now. You feel that burning in your heart, that voice in your mind that whispers, there's more. That voice is right. There is more. Much more. Let me tell you about Sarah, a single mother working 2 jobs to make ends meet. Every night, after putting her kids to bed, she spent 2 hours studying computer programming. Her coworkers called her crazy. Be realistic, they said. Know your limits, they warned. But Sarah understood something they didn't. Limits are often just illusions created by ordinary thinking. 3 years later, Sarah runs her own software company. Was it easy? No. But she had to sacrifice? Absolutely. Did she face setbacks countless times? But she refused to let ordinary thinking dictate her future. She dared to dream big, and more importantly, she dared to act on those dreams. To Thomas Edison for a moment. He didn't just work on the light bulb when he felt inspired. He worked on it through 1,000 failures. Through criticism, through doubt, through countless nights when others were sleeping. Critics called him foolish for pursuing his impossible dream. But Edison knew something essential about dreams. They don't respond to critics. They respond to action. Or consider Walt Disney, who was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Imagine that Walt Disney, lacking imagination, he went on to create an entertainment empire that continues to bring joy to millions. Why? Because he refused to let other people's ordinary thinking limit his extraordinary dreams. Here's what these achievers understood. Your dreams aren't just wishful thinking. The glimpses of your potential, they're blueprints of what you could build. They're seeds of your future reality. But like any seed, they need proper nurturing to grow. Most people make the mistake of treating their dreams like lottery tickets, hoping for a big win without putting in the work. But real dreams don't work that way. They're more like construction projects. They need planning. They need materials. They need consistent effort. Most importantly, they need someone willing to show up every day and build. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant there, what you nurture, what you feed, that's what grows. Plant small thoughts, you get small results. Plant limiting beliefs, you get limited outcomes. But plant big dreams, back them with disciplined action, water them with persistence, and you'll harvest success beyond what others believe possible. I'll tell you something that might surprise you. The size of your dreams reveals the size of your self-image. When people tell you to be realistic, what they're really saying is, think as small as I do. But being realistic never changed the world. Being realistic never broke records. Being realistic never created breakthroughs. The Wright brothers weren't being realistic when they dreamed of human flight. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't being realistic when he dreamed of equality. Steve Jobs wasn't being realistic when he dreamed of putting a computer in everyone's pocket. But their unrealistic dreams shaped our reality. Your dreams aren't too big, but your thinking might be too small. Your goals aren't too far, your effort might be too little. Your potential isn't limited to your belief might be. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't a matter of capability. It's a matter of commitment. Right now, in this moment, you need to make a decision. Will you continue to think like the masses, dream like the masses, and therefore live like the masses? Or will you dare to think bigger, dream bigger, and commit to living bigger? Remember, this world doesn't reward dreamers, it rewards dream chasers. Those who not only dare to dream big, but dare to back those dreams with disciplined action. Your dreams are the foundation. But without sacrifice and discipline, they'll remain just that, dreams. The truth about big dreams is they demand big payments, not in money, but in something far more valuable. Your time, your comfort, your easy choices. Every single day, you're making deposits into your future. Every early morning when you choose to rise while others sleep. Every evening when you choose to work while others rest. Every weekend when you choose to learn while others play. These are your deposits. But here's what most people don't understand about sacrifice. It's not about giving up everything. It's about giving up the right things. It's about trading what you want now for what you want most. When you understand this principle, sacrifice becomes a privilege, not a punishment. Let me tell you about John. John was a factory worker who dreamed of starting his own business. Every day, he worked his regular job from 7 to 3, then spent 4 hours learning about business and developing his plans. His friends called him crazy. They invited him to parties, to games, to bars. You only live once, they'd say. But John knew something they didn't. He knew the real meaning of sacrifice. For 2 years, John lived like others wouldn't, so he could live like others couldn't. He missed football games. He missed lazy Sunday mornings. He missed nights out. But what did he gain? Freedom? Purpose? Pride. Today, John employs 50 people, and his company serves customers nationwide. Was it worth it? Asked John's family, who now live the life he once only dreamed about. Those excuses, you know the ones I mean. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not ready. These aren't reasons. They're surrender notes to mediocrity. They're permission slips to stay average. Let's deal with each one. I don't have time. Nobody has time. Nobody. Time isn't something you have. It's something you make. The CEO of a Fortune 500 company has the same 24 hours as you do. The difference, they don't find time. They create it. They understand that time management is really priority management. You always have time for what you put first. Always. If your house was on fire, you'd find time to get out. If your child was sick, you'd find time to help them. You don't lack time. You lack priorities. I'm too tired. Of course you're tired. Growth is tiring. Change is tiring. Success is tiring. But you know what's more tiring? Regret. Living with what-ifs. Watching others achieve what you could have achieved if only you'd pushed through your fatigue. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is the graveyard of dreams. It's where potential goes to die. The only thing guaranteed about tomorrow is that it will have its own set of excuses waiting for you. Starting isn't an event. It's a decision. And that decision only matters when you make it now. I'm not ready? Here's the secret nobody tells you. Nobody is ever ready. Every successful person you admire started before they felt ready. They learned by doing. They grew by failing. They succeeded by persisting. Time management, because this is where most dreams live or die. Your time is like currency. Spend it poorly, and you'll always be in debt to your dreams. Spend it wisely, and you'll build wealth beyond measure. Eliminate time thieves. These are the little things that steal your time without giving value in return. social media scrolling, mindless television, endless meetings that could be emails. Every minute spent on these is a minute, not invested in your dreams. Second principle is, while you're exercising, listen to educational audiobooks. While you're commuting, plan your day. While you're waiting in line, read something valuable. Time stacking turns dead time into a lifetime. Third principle, guard your prime time. Everyone has a time of day when they're at their best. For some, it's early morning. For others, late at night. Identify your prime time and protect it fiercely. Use it for your most important work, your biggest dreams, your hardest tasks. Now let's understand the compound effect of daily choices. Small choices made consistently create unstoppable momentum. Missing one workout won't make you unfit, but working out consistently will make you healthy. Reading one page won't make you smart, but reading daily will make you wise. Making one sales call won't make you rich, but making them consistently will build your business. Think of it like compound interest for your life. Every positive choice builds on the previous one. Every sacrifice strengthens your character. Every small win creates momentum for bigger wins. This is why daily discipline matters more than occasional bursts of effort. Take Bill, for example. Bill decided to wake up 1 hour earlier, each day to work on his side business. 1 hour. That's all. But 1 hour a day is 7 hours a week, 30 hours a month, 365 hours a year. That's 9 full work weeks of extra time, created through one small sacrifice. Your choices compound in both directions. Every time you choose comfort over growth, every time you choose easy over necessary, every time you choose instant gratification over delayed satisfaction, these choices compound too. They become habits. They become your character. They become your life. This is why understanding true sacrifice is crucial. It's not about making yourself miserable. It's about making yourself better. It's not about giving up happiness. It's about giving up temporary pleasures for lasting fulfillment. It's not about losing something. It's about gaining everything that matters. The price of success is paid in full in advance. There are no payment plans, no credit options, no buy now, pay later schemes. You pay with your choices, your time, your comfort. You pay by doing what others won't, so you can have what others don't. Discipline isn't some magical force that some people have and others don't. Discipline is simply choosing between what you want now and what you want most. It's the bridge between dreams and reality. It's the difference between saying I wish and saying I did. But let's start with the morning routine, because how you start your day determines how you live your day. Every morning when that alarm clock rings, you have a choice. You can choose comfort or you can choose growth. You can choose what's easy, or you can choose what's necessary. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do in those first crucial moments. I want you to understand something about successful people. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They don't need motivation. They have something better. They have discipline. They know that the morning routine isn't about feeling good. It's about becoming great. Here's what I learned from studying hundreds of successful individuals. They all have a morning ritual. Not because they read about it in some book, but because they discovered its power through experience. They wake up at the same time, not just on work days, but every day. Why? Because discipline doesn't take weekends off. Your routine needs 3 elements: mind, body, and spirit. Feed your mind with reading and learning. Strengthen your body with exercise or movement. Nourish your spirit with meditation or prayer. Do these 3 things before the world starts making demands on your time, and you'll be unshakable for the rest of the day. Now about creating unbreakable habits. Success leaves clues. Look at any successful person in any field, in any era, and you'll find the same patterns. They didn't make excuses. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They didn't blame others. Instead, they built routines. They eliminated distractions. They focused on progress, not perfection. Your habits are the building blocks of your destiny. Small choices made consistently create unstoppable momentum. Reading 10 pages every day means 3,650 pages in a year. Saving a small amount daily builds wealth over time. Working out for just 30 minutes daily transforms your health and energy. These aren't dramatic actions, but their compound effect is dramatic. Here's the secret to building unbreakable habits. Start so small it seems ridiculous. Want to write a book? Start with 1 paragraph a day. Want to run a marathon? Start with walking around the block. Want to build a business empire? Start with 1 sales call a day. Make it so easy you can't say no. Then show up every day. No exceptions. No excuses. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. This is why discipline is so crucial. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up, especially when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Discomfort, because this is where most people's discipline breaks down. Your mind will always fight against discomfort. It's designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. But here's the secret. Growth happens in discomfort. Strength builds under stress. Character develops under pressure. Every time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you're building your success muscles. But athletes, they don't just train when they feel motivated. They train when they're tired, when they're sore, when they'd rather be anywhere else. Why? Because they understand that greatness isn't born in moments of convenience. It's forged in moments of challenge. The problem with most people is they want the results without the process. They want the victory without the battle. They want the success without the struggle. But life doesn't work that way. The struggle is the process. The battle is the blessing. The discomfort is the growth. Here's what I want you to understand about discomfort. But the pride of pushing through it, the strength you gain from facing it, the character you build by embracing it, these are permanent. They become part of who you are. Small wins, because this is where ironclad discipline is built. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust with yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, you strengthen your character. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you forge your willpower. Start collecting small wins early in the day. Make your bed, do your morning routine, complete your most important task first. Each small win creates momentum. Each small victory builds confidence. Each tiny success proves to yourself that you are a person who does what needs to be done. Remember, Mark, a student of mine who wanted to start $1 million business, he didn't begin with grand gestures. He started by making 5 sales calls every day. Just 5. Not 50. Not 500. 5, it seems small, almost insignificant. But he did it every day. No excuses. No exceptions. Rain or shine, motivated or not, he made those 5 calls. The first month, nothing happened. The second month, he got his first client. By the 6th month, those daily 5 calls had created a network of contacts, a pipeline of opportunities, and a reputation for reliability. Today, his business does millions in revenue. Not because he did something extraordinary, but because he did something ordinary with extraordinary consistency. This is how ironclad discipline works. It's not about massive action. It's about massive consistency. It's not about intensity. It's about immutability. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Your discipline must become your identity. It's not something you do. It's something you are. When discipline becomes who you are, not just what you do, you've achieved something remarkable. You've transformed your character. Here's a truth that most people despise. Discipline creates freedom. It might sound contradictory, but it's absolutely true. When you have the discipline to wake up early, you have the freedom to accomplish more. When you have the discipline to save money, you have the freedom to make choices. When you have the discipline to stay healthy, you have the freedom to enjoy life fully. Build your discipline like you would build a house, one brick at a time, making sure each brick is placed correctly. Don't worry about how long it will take. Time will pass anyway. The question is, what will you have built when it does? Start today. Start now. Start with something small but significant. Choose one area of your life where you'll be absolutely disciplined. No excuses, no exceptions, no compromise. Let that be your foundation. Build from there. Watch how that single point of discipline begins to influence every other area of your life. Remember, discipline isn't built in a day. It's built decision by decision, choice by choice, moment by moment. Each time you choose discipline over distraction, you're forging your character. Each time you choose discomfort over comfort, you're building your future. Time is the great equalizer. We all get the same 24 hours each day. The difference lies in how we use them. When you waste time, you're not just wasting hours. You're wasting opportunities. You're wasting potential. You're wasting your chance to become who you're meant to be. Let me tell you something about waiting. Waiting is expensive. Every day you wait to start. Someone else is out there getting better, growing stronger, moving closer to the goals you dream about. While you're waiting for the perfect moment is passing you by. Every time you say yes to waiting, you're saying no to winning. Every time you say someday, you're saying no to today. Every time you say, I'm not ready, you're saying no to your dreams. The cost of waiting isn't just time. It's life itself. I knew a brilliant man named Robert who wanted to start his own consulting business. When the kids are older, he said. When I have more savings, he said. When the market is better, he said. 20 years later, Robert was still saying when. He didn't lose his dream to failure. He lost it to waiting. Don't be Robert. Let's create your success blueprint right now. First, take out a piece of paper. Yes, right now, wait. This is your line in the sand moment. On this paper, write down your biggest goal. Not what you think you can achieve, what you want to achieve. Dream big, but be specific. Now work backward. If that's your destination, what needs to happen 1 year before, 6 months before, 1 month before, 1 week before, tomorrow? Today, this is your success blueprint. It's not complicated. It's clear. It's not easy. It's simple. The difference between those words matters. Your blueprint needs 3 elements: clear goals, specific actions, and deadlines. Goals without actions are wishes. Actions without deadlines are hobbies. Deadlines without goals are busy work. You need all 3. It's full of turning points, but here's what most people don't understand. You rarely recognize them when they're happening. Every morning when that alarm goes off could be your turning point. Every opportunity to speak up could be your turning point. Every chance to take action could be your turning point. The biggest turning points often look ordinary in the moment. They don't announce themselves with fanfare. They show up disguised as simple choices. The choice to start today instead of tomorrow. The choice to do one more when you want to quit. The choice to say yes when it would be easier to say no. Let me share a decision-making framework that has helped thousands of my students. When faced with a choice, ask yourself 3 questions. Will this move me closer to my goals or further away? Not just your business goals or career goals, your life goals. Every decision either moves you forward or holds you back. There is no standing still in life. What's the cost of not taking action? Don't just consider the obvious cost. Consider the invisible costs: lost opportunities, wasted potential, weakened character. Consider the compound effect of choosing comfort over growth again and again. What the person I want to become do in this situation? This question cuts through confusion like a knife through fog. You might not know the right choice, but you always know what your best self would do. Here's the truth about action. It cures fear. It builds confidence. It creates momentum. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. You don't need to know everything to start something. You don't need to be great to get going, but you need to get going to be great. Start with what I call the power hour. The first hour of your day dedicated entirely to your most important goal. No distractions, no excuses, no compromises. This one habit has created more success stories than any other I've taught. Your actions tell the world what you believe about yourself. When you procrastinate, you're telling the world you don't believe in your dreams. When you make excuses, you're telling the world you don't believe in your abilities. When you wait for perfect conditions, you're telling the world you don't believe in yourself. But when you take action, consistent, dedicated, purposeful action, you're telling the world to watch out. You're declaring your intentions. You're demonstrating your commitment. You're showing, not telling, what you're capable of. Remember this: the pain of action is temporary. The pain of regret is permanent. The discomfort of discipline lasts for a moment. The discomfort of disappointment lasts for a lifetime. The challenge of starting fades quickly. The ache of never trying never goes away. Your moment is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions are perfect now. The world doesn't reward those who have great plans. It rewards those who take great actions. It doesn't celebrate those who wait for opportunity. It celebrates those who create opportunity. Take action now. Start small if you must, but start. Start awkwardly if you must, but start. Start imperfectly if you must, but start. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do right now. Your dreams are bigger than you. Let that sink in for a moment. Your quest for success, your journey of discipline, your path of sacrifice. It's not just about you. It's about every life you touch, every person you inspire, every soul you lift along the way. Your family watches what you do. Your children learn from your examples, not your words. When you choose discipline, when you make sacrifices for your dreams, you're teaching them invaluable lessons about life, about success, about character. You're showing them what's possible when someone refuses to settle for less than their best. Every time you push through fatigue to keep a promise, Every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you stand up after falling, you're writing chapters in your family's story. Your victories become their possibilities. Your persistence becomes their blueprint. Your character becomes their foundation. I remember meeting a woman named Maria. She worked 3 jobs, studied at night, lived on coffee and determination. Her teenagers complained about her absence, about the missed movies and soccer games. But years later, those same children stood at their college graduations and thanked their mother, not just for the opportunity she provided, but for the example she set. Mom showed us what greatness looks like, they said. Your growth creates ripples. When you improve yourself, you improve your family's world. When you elevate your thinking, you elevate your community's possibilities. When you expand your vision, you expand others' horizons. Success isn't just personal, it's communal. The world needs your dreams. It needs your contribution. It needs your willingness to rise above average, to do what others won't, to become who you're truly capable of being. Your dreams aren't just about you. They're about the lives you'll touch, the changes you'll inspire, the legacy you'll leave. Consider the ripple effect of one person's growth. When you become more disciplined, you inspire others to take control of their lives. When you pursue excellence, you raise the standards for those around you. When you refuse to settle, you give others permission to dream bigger. This is your greater purpose. Yes, achieve your goals. Yes, create your success. Yes, build your dreams, but do it knowing that your journey lights the way for others. Your struggles, your sacrifices, your victories, they're all part of a bigger story. Your legacy isn't just what you leave behind. It's what you build forward. It's not just about the wealth you accumulate or the achievements you rack up. It's about the lives you impact, the examples you set, the trails you blaze for others to follow. Remember this, generations to come will live better because of the choices you make today. Communities will thrive because you refuse to settle for mediocrity. Lives will be transformed because you had the courage to transform yours first. This is your greater purpose. This is why your dreams matter. This is why your discipline counts. This is why your sacrifices mean something. You're not just building a success story. You're creating a legacy that will echo through time. Look ahead 5 years. Where will your current habits take you? What will your current choices create? If you don't like the answer, now is the time to change. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions are perfect. Now, remember this, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. Will you choose comfort or will you choose greatness? Will you choose what's easy or will you choose what's right? Your dreams are too important to be casual about. Your potential is too valuable to waste. Your time is too precious to squander. The world is waiting for what only you can give, for what only you can create, for who only you can become. Picture a mighty oak tree who started as a single seed that had the courage to push through the soil, to reach for the sun, to weather storms, to grow despite all obstacles. That seed didn't question its potential. It didn't wait for perfect conditions. It didn't make excuses. It simply did what it was meant to do, grow. You're that seed. Within you lies everything needed for extraordinary success. The only question is, will you have the courage to grow? Will you push through the soil of comfort? Will you reach for the sun of your dreams? Will you weather the storms of challenge? Start now. Start where you are, start with what you have, but start. Make that decision. Draw that line in the sand. Commit to your dreams with everything you have. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will require sacrifice. Yes, it will demand discipline, but I promise you this, it will be worth it. Because in the end, we don't regret the sacrifices we made for our dreams. We regret the dreams we sacrificed for our comfort. Your time is now. Rise up, step forward. Your destiny is calling.
Thank you for watching. Share this with friends and family, and please subscribe.